Clock.
Okay, we had already finished looking at what? At the project management, because I told you that every time like you have certain project activities and then you go on to apply the knowledge, you apply skills, tools and techniques aiming to achieve the project requirements, because you see every project has requirements. Like now, when I talk about requirements, these could be in form of futures, they could be in form of what we can say, specifications, right? That you know what? Yeah, we need a school management system that will allow learners to participate in discussions, that will also allow teachers to probably maybe upload notes, the students can download stuff, then they can also like maybe engage in chatting, do like those are the requirements I'm talking about. Yes, in most cases in software they are in the form of what? Futures. I mean in form of, yes, futures, whereby every time you are to work on a certain project, you need to understand the requirements from the product owners. Then by doing so, you are saving yourself from producing something that may not be required by the what? The product owner. You get? Yeah. Then improving the likelihood of success. Now, here it is. Okay, anyway, we have different approaches. We have now like the social technical approach, whereby cooperation between developers and users. Then we have, sorry, there was a sub mistake here. This is supposed to be another bulletin. Yeah, you have to probably involve the users of the system, you as the developer, in case you are to achieve success. You get? Here we are looking at how do you improve chances that your system, your project will succeed. You get? Yeah, so that is why we are saying social technical what? Approach. Then we can also use cooperation between the developers and the what? The users. Then there is also project management approaches, where we have depending more on processes and infrastructures, like follow the principles. Yes, we shall see what we call, we shall have what is what we call the SDLC, yeah, in brief, whereby you follow the principles. Then you have to also manage resources very well, delivering the outcome in a professional way as expected, coping with the greater internal and external competition. Yes, because you know everything can happen. So, but how do you cope up with both? Then improving efficiency and effectiveness, knowledge management approaches. We have lesson that you can learn. Allow me to correct this right away, because I'm going to share these notes with you. So I don't want the notes to come when they have some issues on your side. Yeah, when we talk about like lesson learned, yes, normally you base much on what has been learned. Then you also do what we call best practices. Best practices, what people normally do, that normally helps them achieve. When we talk about best practices, these may not be policies, they may not be principles, but are things that once you keep practicing them, they help. You get? For example, when you are at work, you go to work, it is not in any organization policy that maybe you have to greet your fellows that you find at work. But it is a good practice that once you do it, there is a way how it improves the relationship where at work. Then we have the study group report that showed these ones you can just read it through, but all in all, to indicate that yes, there are some projects that fail and there are some percentage that do what, that probably succeed. We have the reasons for the increase in successful projects vary. First, the average cost of the project has been more than cut in half. Better tools have been created, of course, to monitor and control progress, and better what? Skilled project managers with better what? Management processes are being used. Yeah, these are factors that have contributed a lot to the success of what? Projects these days. Yeah, you realize that there is a lot of tools, you know, that have been created to monitor and control progress. For example, let me show you something small here. Now you see this is Microsoft what? This is Microsoft uh, Teams, whereby it is one of the project management tools like we use, but specifically for communication. Yeah, like you can have a team of people, and this is one of the ways that you can keep doing what? Communication. For example, now as you see here, that yes, we have maybe a team called, okay, this is a stand-up, but we also have things like a general communication. You can chat like within an organization, like you create even different channels. Now, like this is team calendar, agenda. Then there is team treatments, you know, there is patients and communication, team MFI, finance. I mean, like you can interact. So those are some of the things that I was talking about when I say there has been quite a number of what? Quite a number of improved tools that have also contributed to the what? To the success. Better tools have been created to monitor and control what? Progress. Then I will also show you the different software project management tools. Yes, yeah, different companies have different tools they use. The one for Microsoft, it is called there is that one that okay, people used to use Microsoft project, but now Microsoft 360 has also released what we call Microsoft Azure, which goes beyond just project management, but also it can help in repositories whereby you are able to deploy over the same, I mean, and so on. So the fact that there are processes is significant in itself. So like you will, like I told you, try to look for chaos 2021 report, you will see. Yeah. But now these are some of the factors that contribute to the success of a project. If you want to make your project a success one, ensure to involve users. You get. Then also, if you are in an organization, there is no way how you will make the project succeed if the top management is not in support. You get. So you have to first convince the top management, whereby in case of anything, they are always there to do what? To give the financial bill and so on. Then clear statement of requirements. This is something that you don't need to take for granted. Now, you see, let me just show you something here. So now you see the way how maybe some people can read this. Someone may read it as no parking, someone can read it as no parking. You get. So now you realize that now when someone interprets it as no parking, meaning they are going to do something which is in a positive what, because they are going to park, no parking. You get. Then other people, when they say no parking, meaning that it is a negative kind of meaning. You don't need to do what? To park there. So once you don't understand, that is what I called the clear statement of what requirements. You end up producing something which is not the required what output. So it is always better that if you need your project to be success, you have to always have clear statement of requirements. Then proper planning is also very, very important. Then the realistic expectations. Someone may tell you, you know what, we need a system that can detect people with the coronavirus at the entrance of Uganda Matters University Rubaga campus gate. You get. But now, basing on the devices that they are supposed to use, you realize that it is going to take some good time and it is a bit what? Costly and so on. So realize that such requirements or expectations are unrealistic. So it is always better that you set what? Realistic expectations. Then we also have smaller project milestones. Yeah, you can break the project into small manageable what? Tasks. Then competent staff ownership. Yes, get people who can work on stuff and then produce what you need. Then clear vision and what? And objectives. Yes, you have to have clear vision and objectives, hard work, and as well as focused team. Those are things that can help you to have a successful what? Project. Then here, in most cases, who is responsible for the what? Project success. A project manager, in most cases, yes, must lead. So project managers work with the project sponsor, the project team, and then the people involved in project to meet what? Project goals. Yes, in most cases. Now here, what I am going to do is yeah, so you will fill out a few roles of a what? Project manager. Okay. Well, examples of information system projects. See, information system projects, normally those projects that involves hardware, software, and what? Networking. So these are just a few what? A few reasons as to why we learn project what? Management. Yeah. So we need project management because if you are to work on projects, you need to have some knowledge of what? Managing them, which is quite different from systems what? Analysis. So it will also allow you to apply all the knowledge you have learned in information systems, for example, programming, data management, and system analysis into the practice, because like I told you, yes, you may have learned how to come up with mobile app using maybe Android, Java. So, but then you don't know how to manage a project once you get a gig that requires you to work on it. So, but with the knowledge that you can gain from project management, it helps you to put your skills that you learned in maybe Java into proper use. Yeah, mostly you get a programming job in the first week in the company, you are asked, okay, yes. Yes, we can also learn to work with someone to do some Java programming, but you don't know what it is for. Yes, to join a project group for internal software, resource sharing project, but you don't know who your colleagues before a meeting, or to look into the latest what, Y marks and so on. Then we have, yes, we have what we call the cortex of project management, where we have project attributes, which we have already seen, where a project must have a what, purpose, time frame, and so on. Then ownership. Yeah, these ones we have looked at them. Then we have what we call the triple constraints of project management. Now, if you are to manage a project very well, it must, I repeat, it must, or you must pay attention to majorly. Now, four. Initially, there were three, as you see them here: the scope, the time, and the cost. But now, even quality is something that you need to pay much what attention to. So every project is constrained in different ways, but its scope, time, and cost goals. So the limitations are sometimes called the triple what? The triple constraints. Very good, yes. Now, when I talk of scope goals, Hamza says, excuse me, sir, we are not seeing the screen you are using to explain. Are you serious?
I've been seeing a different thing all along.
Are you serious?
You raised up my hand, but you're not seeing it.
So at the moment, what are you seeing at the moment?
Meta didn't stand up, and it has taken time when it's the one there. Yet the cursor, we see the cursor moving up and down.
Oh, very sorry. Very sorry. Oh, you have informed me a bit late. Oh, very sorry. Oh, very sorry. You know, these programs now, like a Zoom, can have also, it has maybe catch in it, whereby now it was fetching something that I shared. What are you seeing at the moment? Hello, what are you seeing? Are you seeing the triple constraints of project management?
Yes.
But now, oh, very sorry, because we have covered a lot, and I thought actually people were on the same word. Sorry for that. So the limitation, yeah, scope goals, what the project trying to accomplish. Because you see, we can have, when we say scope is like boundary. We can have like a school management system, but of which maybe according to the owners, what they use this school management system is only for online application and admission, full stop. Yet when you go to another maybe school or institution, their school management system covers what we call maybe admission, then application, it has even exams, it has even school attendance, it has even like a report generation. I mean, when it has quite a lot, you get. So when we talk of scope goals, what is the project trying to accomplish is majorly what we are looking at when we talk of scope, you get. What unique product or services does the customer or sponsor expect from the what? From the project? That is why I told you. Yes, different schools may have like the same system, but having different what? Expectations. Yes. Theirs may be stopping only at, maybe admitting students. Yet another system goes beyond to offer exams as well as excuse me. Yeah, like yes, it can be going beyond even like recording attendance, giving the results, even monitoring, students, a lot you get. So that is scope. Then when we talk about time goals, how long should it take to accomplish the project? Before you take on the project, you must understand this. What do they need to achieve at the end of the day? That is the scope, the boundary you get. Then how long should it take to accomplish a project? What is the project schedule? You can say what, since they need to have admission, they need application, they need the reports, they need the different modules. So you can divide the modules, you can handle module per module and say, you know what, okay, for this module, since it has both front end and back end, we shall be able to achieve this since we are maybe for blah, blah, and so on. So then we have what we call the cost goals. What should it cost to complete the what? The project. Now, this one is much based on these requirements. Yes. What do they expect? The more the future is in a system, the more it will cost you in terms of time as well as what? Money to achieve. It is the project manager's duty to balance these three often competing what? Goals. Then, yeah, these are the ones, the scope, time goal, and then the cost what? The cost goal. Yeah, those are the triple what? Constraints. Managing the triple constraints involves making compromises between scope, time, and the cost goals the project. For example, increasing the budget of the project in order to meet the scope and the time goals. Like I've told you, yes, the cost is majorly, determined by the futures, or what we call the scope goals you get. And the scope goals will obviously affect the time what goal you get. It is the project manager's job to negotiate with the project team and the project sponsor in order to make qualified decisions about the what? The scope, time, and goals. Sorry, and cost goals. Yeah, like now, like I was telling you that now we have a new what? A new constraint that has also surfaced on board, which is something very important to pay attention to. So the triple constraints describes the basic elements of a project. Of course, there are also some elements that play significant what roles, and these are what? Quality, customer or sponsor satisfaction. So some people believe that quality considerations include customer satisfaction must be inherent in what? Setting up the scope, time, as well as the cost of the what? So yes, this quality is something that is also now becoming what? Becoming very important. So product or project stakeholders, we have already talked about them. Yeah, because I told you these are people involved in or affected by project what? Activities. Yeah, whereby now like sponsors or product owners or the team, support staff, the customers. Now, let me, can you mention for me some of the examples of our university stakeholders. Let everyone just post one, faster. Then after that, you go and post another stakeholder, only one also for Centenary Bank. In case, yes, you have, you're working with Centenary Bank or projects, who are the stakeholders that you think are part of the project? Thank you very much, Deng. Yeah, students and stakeholders. Faith, thank you very much, lecturers. Kauchi, Hamza, thank you very much. The non-teaching staff, like maybe security people or the cooks. Then Lunga says, even what? Even dean of students, that is, maybe let's consider them as administrators. Thank you very much. Yeah, managers. Thanks a lot. For Centenary, customers, very good. Yeah, directors, very good. Clients, yeah, those are the customers. Okay, even drivers, very good. Yeah. Now, yeah, let me, are you aware that even the law, okay, security, okay, yeah. Now, like for Centenary Bank, even other banks are stakeholders of Centenary Bank, those competitors. Yeah, because these competitors are usually affected by the activities of what? Of the bank, you get. So even the Bank of Uganda is another stakeholder because it is the one that regulates the what? The activities of what? Centenary Bank. So things of that kind. Customers talk about, the staff themselves and so on. Stakeholders often have very different needs and expectations, which are important throughout the what? The life of the project. Yes, because the the expectations of a customer of the bank are not the same expectations of the what? The bank manager or Bank of Uganda. Hey, okay. Talunga says even class representatives are also what? Stakeholders, but we categorize them as what? Students all. So successful project managers develop a good relationship with project stakeholders to understand and meet their what? Needs and of course expectations. Yeah, then we have risks and assumptions, internal risk as well as external risk assumptions from the estimation process, or from the fact that a key member of the project team could live in the middle of the what? The project. These are just a few risks, but we have a full chapter called risk management on a project risk management, where we shall see this. But okay, here I was just trying to hint on some of the risks that can happen when you're doing what? When you're working on a project. And the internal ones is that one of the members can do what? Decide to leave and maybe go for another what? Another, what has happened? Okay. Okay. Here we shall learn about the project life cycle and of course the IT development. And when we talk about the project life cycle, here I'm going to put an image for project life cycle. We are looking at a collection of logical stages you get that maps the life of the project from its beginning until when it is what done or delivered to the owners. That is what we call the project life cycle. As you hear the word project life cycle, you know, those different stages that you have to go through, you get from the beginning of the project to an end, defining requirements until you deliver the what? Deliver the project, you get. So a tangible and verifiable product of work, then further exists, then talk about stage gates or kill points. I mean, we shall do this in details, and we have what we call the generic project life cycle, which I'm going to put there for you. And here, the best way to we have what we call answer questions. Yes, you have to always ensure that you provide your mind with the ready to address these answers. What are you working on? Why are you working on it? How are you going to handle it? Like maybe which languages that you use, and then to whom are you going to do this to? When are you going to do it? And the others, you get. So you have to have a baseline plan, execute project plan, close project, and then evaluate to see whether it did what? It met what it was intended for. So these are the generic stages of any project development life cycle. Every project must go through these stages. So, and it must be a step by step. Like every project starts with planning. After planning, in planning, that is when you get to know how many people you will need on a project, how long it is going to take. Then you come to analyze. Yes, we have maybe a project to work on, maybe a school management system. Maybe we need to have both the web app and the mobile what app. So we have analysis and design. You go to implement, maintenance, and what? And support. But like I said, these are generic what? These are generic stages you get. But then there are some bodies which also came up with their own what? Their own stages you get, but of which even those stages follow within this. It is the way, like I can say that, you see, in Uganda, maybe we are a federal state whereby Uganda as a country has what we call the constitution. Let me use the real example of, real example of when you go to USA, you realize that USA as a general has a constitution, but then each state is independent. They have federal states whereby there are some laws that govern California, yet when you go to Massachusetts, they may not apply, you get. So now these are the generic ones, like the mothers, but then we shall look at the different methodologies, like the waterfall model has its own stages, you get. Then you talk about the agile, the extreme programming. I mean, there are so many. So we shall look at them and then come up with a conclusion on which one is the what is the best. So George. Genda oli wansi bambi kyali busy. Wansi bambi. Eri wansi bambi. So problem definition, now you see we have problem definition, there is operation. I mean, yeah, these are interchangeably, but I added them so that you can reorganize them. Where? Yes, you can do what? You can reorganize those ones. Then we have the waterfall model. I'm going to put the image of waterfall model. Actually, for these ones, yes, to avoid wasting time, for these ones, what you do is now like here. Yes, project life cycle and IT development. What you do, you just go to Google, then put that, you go to images, and again put a picture of project life cycle and IT development. Then when you come here, generic project life cycle, do the same. Go to Google, get a picture, and put here. That has all the stages of a generic project life cycle. Yes, actually, that is what I intended here. Then these ones, just arrange them in order. Then structured approaches, waterfall method. What I want is just to get the, go to Google and put waterfall model. You get, even if you put waterfall method, they're going to give you an image for waterfall methodology, so you can put it here. Yeah, implementing SDLC. SDLC is system development what? Life cycle. So we have even what we call another methodology apart from waterfall model, which is called the rapid application development, RAD. Yes, whereby it favors much, or it encourages much of coming up with the prototyping, whereby when I talk about prototype is I'm talking about a blueprint of a final product. You get, yeah, a blueprint. Then develop a small test system in a short time and improve it. Yes, you keep coming up with small components, keep improving. Then spiral development, meaning that the project is broken into many projects, each addressing one what or more risks until the risks are what fully addressed. There is also extreme what programming. So we have also enterprise system implementation phases, which are here, and this is just from project management board of knowledge, which is also a body. Then we have project management knowledge areas, where there is integration management, scope management, how to manage time, how to manage costs on a project, how to manage quality on a project. These ones we shall do. Then human resource management, how do you manage communication? For example, now I was showing you, you can use different tools like Zoom, you can use like maybe Google Meet, you can use like Microsoft Teams to have meetings and so on. There is also risk management. We shall also, there is a full chapter on risks. Then there is procurement management. So we have different and very many tools that you can do what? You can use to manage what? Manage projects. Yes, and these can assist project managers and their teams in various aspects of project what? Management. Yeah, some like project charter, we can have Gantt charts, we can have cost estimation techniques and tools, you know, yeah, whereby you may decide to do it top down or bottom up approaches and so on, as we shall see practical actually for those ones. Like we have a Gantt chart. Gantt chart helps you to know which tasks are to be done and when. Then yes, network diagram also helps you to find the critical path of a project. What can I achieve within the shortest period of time? So you get to know that. Then we have these certificates that those who are interested in taking project management to another level. So like, yes, they are professional bodies. The way how you see, like for Cisco, I mean for networking, yes, there is Cisco where you can do CCNA, CCNP. So even now, even in project management, there is the Project Management Institute that offers what? Professional certified certificates and so on. Yeah, and even these ones, project management profession, yeah, is the most popular one. Yeah, so that's why the number of people earning this certificate of project management profession keeps increasing day by day. Yes, so that is what I had for you for today. And let's say maybe you have what? You have questions before we can terminate the session for today. Otherwise, at least I appreciate your participation and even attendance, so we can really move. Yeah. Is there any question that I needed to address before we can terminate our session, please? And of course, we shall be agree next week to see if all is well. I would love much to meet you physically, so we can do what? We can go through our next what? Chapter. Any question? Okay, any comment?
Yeah, thank you, sir. So far, everything's well. We just would like to thank you.
Okay,
and we hope for the best.
Yes, for sure. Only that, yeah, at the start I've had quite some issues. Yeah, last week it was network, but yes, good enough, I knew. And I have a solution now. Only that along the way, I was affected by some health issues that I'm still struggling with, but hopefully next week all will be well. Thank you very much and have a blessed day.